Can't you feel that burn? Okay. Oh yeah. Come on, try to. Oh, got it. Okay. Um, Hello. Welcome to the broadcast. Welcome. Um, let's take my socks off. I feel quite warm again today. Quite a nice day today in England. So. In Nottingham, anyway. Okay, so welcome to Ustream. I do. Oh, this could be important. Hi, Lee. So I do these. I do these broadcasts. Every Thursday at 8:30 p.m. UK time. That's once a week, and I'm pretty free in the week for Skype chat. If you have questions or yeah, my Skype address is Rebekah Maroon. And we can chat on there if I have time in the week and you're free and I'm free. We can arrange a time. If not, on Ustream on a Thursday. So these broadcasts, these talks are about non-duality. Non-duality. Not two. Not two. Not two. This message of not two has been spoken since human life began, or at least since the dream of someone appearing in the human began. It's not a new message, it's not a new age message. This is an old message. This is the message that has always been this message, because this is the eternal truth. This is what is. This is the reality. So this has always been the message. This has always been the message. It isn't a new thing. Humans have always spoken about this not to-ness, about this miracle called life, about this isness that just is before everything else that's appearing. There's this isness, this isnness. And that's Josh. He wants a wee. Is that you, Joshua? Come on then. Tell me when you're finished. Sorry, my son's having a having a poo. Just gonna let him finish and I'll put him back to bed. Okay, I'll continue until it's finished. So this isn't a new message or a complicated message or intellectual message. It's not complex or hidden or it's just available. It's just available. This freedom is just available. What's being pointed to is just available. It just is. It requires nothing. It doesn't require steps to it or understanding to it. It doesn't require purifying the body or purifying your thoughts or your intentions or being a good person or a nice person or a kind, giving, loving person. It requires nothing. This has been screamed about for centuries. What are you doing now? What are you doing? Um, what was I on about? Yes, what's being spoken about spoken about is the only thing that actually is what is happening. What's being spoken about can not be. It can't not be this. It can't not be what is happening. Whatever's happening is what's happening. This is all there is. What's happening? This is the shocking revelation that what's been looked for is already everything. It's already this. What is appearing? But in the human, there's been this dream of someone, a dream of someone separation, duality, a dream of duality, a dream of somebody separate here in the world or in life. So there's been a me, someone, and life, two, duality. And this message, non-duality, not to, is saying that dream of separation, of there being someone in life, is not true. It's a dream appearing. A dream appearing of separation, of two. But it's never been true. And so this message is spoken. The human comes to hear this message saying there isn't two. There isn't a separate someone. There isn't two things, two separate things here. And in that hearing, in that speaking of this message, it's like, sorry to use Lisa's words here, but it's like it's something's remembered, that nothingness is remembered, or the cloud of the person moves away, and there's just this boundless sky, this boundless openness, this boundless freedom, this nothing. And that cloud of me is a cloud, it's an appearance. It isn't actually the one who's experiencing life. There is that sense of someone, that sense of a cloud of separation of me was an appearance in the sky. And that cloud wasn't speaking. That cloud wasn't thinking. The cloud of me and the thoughts and the voice, the speaking, were appearances. So that cloud doesn't wake up and say, oh, I see, I am the sky. No. That cloud doesn't wake up. That cloud doesn't realize who it is. That cloud who's trying to get home doesn't get home. This isn't being spoken to that cloud, to that person. That cloud's transparent. That cloud has no reality to it. what's being spoken to is the boundless sky. But that boundless sky is also speaking it. It's speaking it, it's listening to it. That boundless sky is all there is. It's appearing as everything. That boundless sky is appearing as computer and camera and hand and lamp and table and chair and bum on seat and feet on floor and this voice and the thoughts. There's no one to wake up. There's just awakeness, there's just freedom already, being everything. Playing as separate cloud. Because it can. What a message, eh? Oh, I'm not online. So Rebekah didn't wake up. Shankara didn't wake up. I don't even know who he is, I just remember that name, Shankara. Eckhart didn't wake up. Nobody wakes up. There's no one here. That cloud stopped being the experiencer. So yeah, feel free to call on Skype or message me on Skype and I'll call you. Hi.
Hello?
Oh.
Hello?
Hi, Lee. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Your phone's still ringing on Skype. Try calling me again. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Can you try calling again on Skype? Hang up and try again. It says you can hear me, but it's not answering. Okay. Hang up.
Alright.
He hasn't hung up yet. Hang up. I'll hang up. Why hasn't he hung up? That's strange. Hello? Oh. I feel sleepy. Hello?
Hello?
Hi.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you, yeah. Yeah, and the ringing stopped as well, so that's good.
Yeah, I don't...
It's probably on Ustream.
it seemed like my phone stuck while it was ringing.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
was pressing all the buttons I could. I even tried to turn the phone off and it wouldn't do anything.
Oh, okay.
Very strange. I seem to have a problem with technology.
Yeah. I can hear you and see you now, so
Ah, I can see you now.
yeah. Although you are a bit, the picture's a bit pixelated, but I can see you. I can make.
Yes,
I can
so
make
is
you.
yours.
Oh, is it? All right.
Yeah, we must be living in a pixelated world.
Yeah.
So now I've got through, you'd think I'd have some really good questions for you.
Well, you haven't.
But not really. What was the one I was thinking when I was ringing? Okay, well the first thing I was thinking was, do you ever use the word awareness for what is?
Do I use what? Sorry.
Do you ever use the word awareness
Awareness.
to describe what is, beingness?
No, I don't use that word.
No.
Awareness, no.
Nor do I,
Okay,
in fact.
yeah,
But
awareness.
I was thinking about what it is that is aware. Like what is aware of your thoughts?
Like, how do you know there's an awareness of them? I mean, how do you know there's an awareness of them?
Um,
You're already assuming that it's something aware of them already.
yeah, I think you're right. It's just a presumption.
So there can be thoughts appearing, which is really like language, really. It's a word, it's a sentence, it's a voice, a thought, isn't it? Like either a visual written word or a voice speaking.
Yeah.
And then to have an awareness of that voice would be another appearance.
Right.
Another voice saying, I'm aware of those thoughts.
Right.
And what I'm pointing to isn't any of the appearances. Well, it is, but let's say it isn't. It's what the thoughts are appearing in, which isn't a thing. What I'm pointing to has no quality, or just you can't find it. It doesn't exist. It's nothing. None of the appearances, none of the thoughts, ideas, concepts. All those things are movement, appearing, and disappearing.
Did you used to feel like there was someone aware of your own thoughts?
Yeah, it was me. I was aware of the thoughts. That was
Yeah.
who I was, aware of thoughts, aware of everything. I was someone in life, aware, thinking, choosing, doing, speaking.
And so, in liberation, how does that change? Does that there's not that person aware, but is the mechanics of it the same in some way? I mean, what changes and what doesn't about that?
There's just such an intimacy. Like there's no longer someone separate dividing it, being in the middle. So there's not somebody left aware of the thoughts, blocking it off as something separate from it. So then, when that's not there, that blocking one, that one who's receiving all the things, all the thoughts, the speaking, the doing, that isn't there anymore. There's just the thoughts, just the doing, just the speaking, without that one claiming it as me in the middle, that position. So it's just this freedom of everything appearing. It's just what is. It's just what is appearing. What's happening. Which it always was, but there was a claimer appearing also, giving the false impression as somebody in that, experiencing it, involved in it in some way, giving the impression of that, but it isn't true. Giving the impression now that there's somebody there called Lee speaking, giving that impression that there's someone there in that body, separate. It's just not true. It's an appearance.
Does that mean then that in your life, if I can say it like that, that you don't have some kind of personal responsibility for things? like, I don't know, like watching the Olympics and seeing people do really well and they're really pleased with what they've done.
I haven't seen it this year. I haven't watched it, but okay.
You haven't seen any?
No.
No. I mean, it's funny, isn't it? Because it's all sorts of things that I never normally watch.
Yeah.
But just because it's on, I watch it and it suddenly seems really important what these people are doing.
Yeah.
Whereas usually I'm not even aware that they're doing.
Well, I haven't got TV, so I don't watch TV anymore, so I don't see it. I just see bits on Facebook or something, but I don't really see it, you know, the action of it, so...
It's fun to watch.
Yeah, I'm sure, yeah.
Anyway, so people can achieve things. I mean, I imagine that for you that doesn't seem at all important, and in your own life, does achieving things not seem important?
It's pleasurable.
Yeah.
Playing guitar is pleasurable. Learning a song on guitar is wonderful, to learn a song from scratch and sing it and play it. I really enjoy that. It's pleasure in that. Singing and playing.
Yeah.
You're saying, is it important? Is that what you're asking? Is it important or relevant?
I suppose so, yeah. Is there some kind of... some things more important than others?
No, it is what it is. Like here, there's no interest in running a marathon or javelin or whatever, doing hurdles. No interest in that. But there is one sometimes in singing or playing guitar. It's not important, no. It just happens sometimes, the playing of guitar.
Yeah.
You can move your ear now from the camera.
Pardon?
You can move your ear from the camera now. Finished.
Yeah, I can
you like this?
It's really annoying. The computer used to do that, and now the phone's doing it. Just today, though, this is the first time I found it hard to hear on the phone.
Oh, you're on your phone. Oh, I see. Okay. You're not on the laptop.
No.
Okay.
My phone, because it's so old, it's an iPhone 4. It's now decided that it can't do Ustream anymore.
Oh, okay.
So I have to watch Ustream on the computer and Skype on the phone.
Right.
Whereas I used to be able to do either on either, but so I need to get a new phone that I can put Ustream on. Yeah, I was saying about personal responsibility, and I couldn't really think of any good examples.
Well, I have children, so there's a responsibility, it seems, to look after them, to feed them, to take care of them when crossing the road, for example, or this body, you know, it seems as if it's in charge of these two children, and it works in a way where it's gonna put the children ahead of me. I'll feed them, I'll bath them, I'll dress them.
So do you explain that as being just something that the mind-body mechanism just kind of naturally does?
Yeah.
But it isn't really you.
I'm sorry.
What?
That was just funny that his body has to get up and brush the kids' teeth and do breakfast and but it just happens. It just happens. It just happens. It's like the bodies are attached to this body because this body carried them and gave birth to them, and there's nobody else to have them. So this body then it has the role of taking care of these offspring, these children. It's such a natural kind of follow-on. After carrying and breastfeeding, you then take care of them and you dress them and you feed them and you school them or whatever. So it's just a normal, natural thing, really.
Yes. Because sometimes it seems like don't know what to think of the mind-body mechanism as opposed to, like, you could think, it's tempting to think that, like, if the body wants, I don't know, pleasurable foods, you know, things with lots of sugar in and things like that, that somehow that's a negative thing, and that, what am I trying to say? That there's, like, are there any good desires? Are there any desires that aren't driven by a separate self? I guess that's what I'm trying to ask. Are there wants and desires in your experience that aren't driven by a separate self? Does that make sense?
I'm not sure. Hang on.
Like, if you were to think, I'm going to set up a meeting to talk about non-duality, where would that desire come from? I suppose you'd just say it comes out of nothing, would you? I've listened to too many talks.
It would just come out, yeah, it would just come out of nothing, it would just come out.
Yeah. It is difficult,
But
having listened to a lot of talks, as I'm asking a question, I'm already hearing the answer. I find it hard to get the question out because I know that it's silly. I did enjoy the introduction, by the way.
Yeah. It feels as if.
There's one more thing I wanted to ask, which again is, I know it's just silly, but sometimes I feel like there must be something that I can do to help this process along.
Yeah.
And I think, well, listening to you, surely that helps, doesn't it? And if I, you know, say reading your book more than once, maybe that would help. Would you agree with that?
When you say help, what are you talking about? Help for what? What are you trying to achieve, or help for what?
Non-duality.
Help for non-duality. But what is non-duality?
Where it doesn't seem like there's a separate self. That it's so that, because sometimes it feels like feels like everything is just arising. There's just one thing after another, and that's really nice and smooth. But sometimes things grind to a bit of a halt, and it's like, that's me. There's just this energy of me there, and like listening to a talk on non-duality does seem to help dissipate that feeling of being stuck.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I am. There's no way I'm going to stop doing it. I'm not going to stop listening to talks and reading books. But I suppose I just wanted to know what the sort of theory behind it is. Like, whether you can actually say that it's going to help someone, I can't say help someone become liberated, because someone doesn't become liberated today, but
Like help dissolve that illusion.
pardon?
You mean like will it help to dissolve the illusion of someone?
Yes.
It seems to help. It seems to help.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
But
Good, I'll go and do that then.
but like no help is really needed. It seems to help. It seems to relax that sense of contraction of someone. It seems to move that cloud of someone experiencing this when listening to this message, because it's pointing to that which isn't.
Did you say that which isn't?
Yeah. So it seems to help. But then no help is needed. There's already this freedom being everything. There isn't somebody who needs that help. But it feels that way, so
Yeah, that does make sense.
yeah.
This must be a really funny view for you, because I'm having to hold the phone right up to my ear, so you must just see a big ear.
I just see your ear and a bit of hair. And
Sorry about that.
it's okay.
Have we got time for one more question?
Yeah, sure.
Sometimes you or other people say that things aren't real. So presumably, when there's no longer a feeling of separate self there and everything's just one thing, is it something to do with that makes it obvious that things aren't real? I mean, I don't really know what things not being real means.
Things aren't real.
Why is that? Is it just because there's no person separate from things?
Things aren't real. It just becomes clear that things aren't real. That the appearances are empty. There's nothing inside the appearances. They're totally empty. When that sense of realness in the body is no longer there or appearing, that sense of I'm real in here, then everything that's appearing is totally empty. It's seen to be empty. So therefore, not as it appears, not as real as it appears. An appearance of real, an appearance of computer, an appearance of hardness, an appearance of voice or thought or an idea or a wall. Is an appearance of, but it's no longer real. It's no longer real, definite, concrete thing.
No.
Like it's an appearance. It's It's just totally like mysterious. There seems to be these objects, these appearances, but they're always disappearing. Like, they're not permanent real things the way it felt before. Like, it felt like there was really a garden out there was really a wall out there, even though what's happening now is computer and table. To the person, yes, but there's really a world or a wall or a garden out there. There's really a child in bed upstairs. That felt really, definitely real. There's no question that's real. And then when that sense of someone's no longer a real thing here, then everything else is also appearances. There could be an idea appearing of a garden out there, a wall out there, a child in bed upstairs. An idea of that could appear, but it's an idea appearing. It's no longer an actual reality. But that can't be learnt or taught, or it's just so obviously how it is.
Yeah.
It's just how it is. The reality is how it is. It's just what's happening. So the idea of a world out there is what's happening as an appearance, not as a reality anymore. Not as a real world out there. There isn't an out there anymore. There's what's happening. Your phone's moved up to your eye. I can see your eye now. You're listening through your eye.
It's very weird, isn't it?
I mean, the human brain is just so amazing what it can produce. All the thoughts and ideas it can produce, the imaginings are out there. It's amazing.
Yeah.
But that person lives in that imagination as a reality. In that imagined time, in that imagined world, that imagined tomorrow, that imagined upstairs. It lives in that as a reality.
Yeah.
And that's the suffering. There's someone living in that. I've stopped now.
Pardon?
I've stopped speaking now.
Say again?
I've stopped speaking. You're holding your phone still to your ear and I've stopped speaking.
Yeah, but you could start speaking
Oh,
it anyway.
yeah, I could.
I wouldn't want to miss a word.
That's true.
There I am. I do get a sense of that. It's not like it doesn't mean anything. I think that when I'm on days when I'm feeling more non-dual, I kind of feel a bit like that, but then on other days, not so much. I've got this sort of question going around my mind. I'm not sure whether it really is a question but I'm just thinking that seeing that the separate self isn't there is the same as, I suppose, it's the same as seeing that there is just this. Like it's not like one thing comes first or leads the other. That they're both the same thing, I suppose. And then no, it wasn't a question. Forget it. Yeah. No, that's all become clear now.
Okay.
That's fine. You gave a talk in Vienna once, didn't you?
I did, yeah. That's my first talk. Probably that was my first official talk.
Have you done any others since then or not?
Just a few with Lisa at Stan's and who else?
Lisa. With Lisa Cairns?
Yeah, I've done a few after Vienna. I think was it before Vienna? After Vienna, I think. Yeah, just at Stan's and maybe Ibiza and like in Greece as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, I did Vienna first. Yeah, about maybe 2 years ago, I think. Year and a half, 2 years. Yeah. You wasn't there, by the way. You didn't come to that one.
I didn't.
No.
No, I still haven't been to a talk.
Have you not? Never?
No, never. No.
Oh, wow, okay.
You're the only person I've talked to about non-duality.
Right.
I mean, obviously I've mentioned it to my family and they just think it's a bit crazy.
Yeah.
I'm sure everyone does that at some point.
Yeah.
But you're the only person I've talked to who actually understands what I'm talking about.
Right, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, Lee. Thanks for the call.
Thank you very much.
It's always nice talking to you.
Thank you, and you.
It feels as if the questions you ask aren't really questions. It feels as if they're just I don't know, just speaking without a real question. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, it's true.
I don't feel a strong.
I just wanted to talk to you, really. But
make up questions.
I could have just chatted
Just to
about
call
the
in.
Olympics, but you haven't seen any of it. No, I do. I try and think of questions so I can talk to you.
Yeah.
They are sort of real questions, but
Yeah.
I kind of don't feel like I need to have any questions answered.
Yeah.
But I like listening to you talk.
Yeah. Yeah, they don't feel as if they're really burning questions or anything, like you're really struggling with these questions or something, or
No.
it doesn't feel like that. But it's nice to talk to you anyway. It's nice to.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Bye then.
All right. Bye. Oops. Struggling for space on here. So if you'd like to call in, then you can. I'll close up soon, I think. 9:43. I'll wait a few more minutes for any last minute questions. Okay, no more questions, no more comments. Oh. Okay. Okay, thanks everyone. I'll see you again next week.